Welcome to Scene Betters. You got Dan and Felicia here, and today we're here to talk Yellowjackets, Season 3, Episode 8, A Normal, Boring Life. So this episode was anything but boring. Probably my favorite episode of the season. What about you?
I was gonna say last episode was really, really good, and I didn't think anything was gonna top it. But this one, it's my favorite, absolutely so far.
Really great stuff. So Hilary Swank made her debut.
Finally.
Finally, and we knew she was Melissa. Come on, we
Mm-hmm.
knew it. So it's good to have that confirmed. I have one of my favorite moments of the episode about her character debut. I'm going to save that for the end. That's a little tease. Also, I didn't even tell Felicia this. We're doing a giveaway. Stay tuned to the end of this review and you'll find out what the giveaway is. And it has to do with a milestone we're coming up on. So thank you guys so much. Okay.
Ooh.
All right. So let's start with the wilderness timeline, even though that's not where the episode started. Okay. Last week, we left off with the teens deciding not to kill Hannah, which turns out she's kind of a major character because of her daughter and who her daughter marries in the
Mm.
current timeline. That's a shock. What'd you
Yeah,
think about that,
I
Alex?
thought it was insane. But first, I just love that whole moment when Shauna's in the closet, and then
Yeah.
Melissa's like, "Whoever you are, just come out. Like, I know you're in there." It's so crazy how like their experience in the wilderness has like heightened all their senses, and she
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
knew immediately Shauna was in there. Yeah,
You
I thought that
you
was insane.
Whoever the fuck you are, you better get out here right now. You have no idea whose house you just walked into.
And
yeah, it
Shauna's
was
thinking the
great.
same thing, like I'm even worse.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And Shauna came out like, "Oh, I don't think so."
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was
And
ready to fight.
the end of the episode, yeah, we'll get to it. That shit was
Mm,
crazy. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So, all right, this week we see her and Cody, played by Joel McHale, who I love. So good. I'm still trying to get Felicia to watch Community. Do so, please. You'll love it. Trust me. And they're trying to adjust being prisoners of the Yellowjackets, right? And the team is grilling Hannah with questions. How about Van asking this?
What day is it?
Can you get us out?
Did Mulder and Scully get together?
And I just love that because like Van just she's been lost for a couple of years. She wants to get up on current pop culture. I love that classic
Hmm.
Van. And you know when we first see her, she's working at a video store, so it just fits her character so well. Love it.
Yeah.
She's always got the classic quips that she always puts in.
Hmm. I
And
agree.
and then Nat lets them know about the plane crash. And then she was like, "Oh, people have been looking for you guys." Kind of sparks a debate. Nat and Travis are ready to go with Hannah and Cody for rescue. And they're all about it, which I think you should be, right? Shouldn't everyone be
Hmm.
that way?
Yeah, I was
And
actually shocked they weren't all that way.
yeah, and Lottie wants to stay in the wilderness because it doesn't feel right. And then Shauna agrees with her and Ty agrees with her.
Oh
What
my
are
God.
they thinking? I mean, obviously next week or the week after, we'll get the answer to why they feel that way. But doesn't it feel like Stockholm syndrome to you? Like, why would you want to stay?
I've tried to think of reasons why they would I just can't understand why they would want to stay. Like all they've been waiting for is rescue and now it's
Yeah,
finally there and they're coming up with every excuse. Like I get they're afraid of like what's going to happen, when if people find out what they did. I get
sure.
that, but still like I want to go home. Don't you have like parents and families you're like dying to go back to? I mean, we know Lottie's relationship with her parents was a little different, so maybe she's afraid of like their reaction. But I still don't get why Ty went with it and Sean is still wants to stay. I don't understand.
It doesn't make sense. And it's just like, all right, so Lottie was the leader, right? She
Hmm.
was. And then she handed it down to Natalie, and then Shauna got it because Natalie killed Ben. But
Hmm.
Lottie still seems to have a lot of pull because if Lottie didn't say that, do you think Ty and Shauna would have reacted the way they did?
Shauna, no, but didn't Ty in like mid-episode when she was talking to Van saying having trust issues with the guy,
No matter what, we can't trust the scientists.
or she was kind of second guessing it a little bit, and then the creepy man behind her was there, and you could see that it was like evil
Yeah,
Ty a little bit for a second.
yeah.
So I think she might have, tried to pull back a little bit, but Shauna, no, I wasn't even expecting crazy Shauna to decide to stay.
Actually, now you bring that up, I want theories about that man because wasn't that the same man they saw when that guy had a heart attack? The waiter had a heart attack.
Yeah.
She saw him for a second. Theories below. Felicia and I will do a theory video next week based on your comments. It's time for a theory video. We haven't done one all
Yes.
season long. Let's do
Hmm.
one where we read your comments and we react to them. So get your theories in. We'll get the video out before the next episode comes out. So what do you guys think's going on? It can be about anything, but if someone has
Yeah.
something to say about that man in particular that was standing behind Ty, I would love to hear what you have to say about that. And yeah,
Yes.
she was saying a bunch of things along the lines of, could we even be together when we get back? Has the world
Hmm.
changed?
What if we can't be together when we get back? Do you really think the world has changed that much?
because it's 1996, 97, so being gay wasn't as normal as it is now. So I understand
Right.
where she's coming from, but that shouldn't be a reason why you don't want to go. Cody seems like the type of guy, he knows what he's doing, right? Even
Absolutely, yeah.
even though they broke the sat phone, they don't have a way to communicate. So he said it would be a 6 days hike to get to the
Hmm.
point where they need to get to be taken back home.
Yeah,
So why not trust the guy? What do you have to lose? If it doesn't
right.
work, you just walk back, you know?
Yeah, and he was
Why?
already their guide, so he's already like that he knows what he's doing out there. He has the tools, he has the supplies, he has a weapon. I would trust him because they don't really have any other choice.
Yeah,
Uh,
100%. I just don't get it. I mean, we'll find out next week, I'm sure. But I mean, Shauna joins her. She's staying too. Ty jumps in, despite Van's protest. Van was,
Van was like, "Let's fucking go, Ty." Like
yeah,
talking to her like a kid.
Ty, pick it up. Pick it up. No way. You're not staying. You're coming with us.
And she still wouldn't listen. And we know that they end up staying because they still have another winter out there. So I really
yes.
want to know what makes all of the girls decide to stay. Like, is Shauna just gonna go batshit crazy and like kill the guide, so that they have like they can't leave anymore?
If
I
she
don't know.
kills Joel McHale, I'm gonna be pissed. I mean, obviously, I mean, who knows actually, because they always do this with you think a character's dead, and then boom, they show up in the current timeline. It's happened
Yeah.
3 times so far. So if it happens again, cool. But they would have to really age up Joel McHale because it would have to be a lot of time has passed between the 90s version and his current version. So maybe they
Hmm.
put a gray beard on him or something. I don't know. But
Yeah.
it'd be really cool if he made it to the current timeline. I think that'd be sick. But with Shauna saying,
The rest of us, we're going.
No, you're not.
and that's where it ends in the past timeline, that leads me to believe that that's it. They don't try to get help. They stay. And that's their
Yeah.
decision.
Oh, it's unfortunate that they listen to her because she's the worst leader. Like I know I would
Yeah,
not want her to be my leader. I wouldn't listen to her. So that's what makes me really curious. Because if I were the other girls, I would be like, okay, stay, but I'm gonna go. I don't know. Very
I know.
curious.
I have something on Evil Ty later too. It's funny you bring that up, but
Oh,
that's a tease. That's a tease. But yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I was literally like screaming at my TV. I'm like, you
Me
have
too.
a way to go home, and that's how Van was. How about everyone imagining stuff like Misty on the toilet with
Yeah.
toilet paper? She's rubbing toilet
Yeah.
paper on her face. Van in a bed. They're all imagining like, oh, this could be the reality. But I think it's
Right.
because they're so nervous that they would be convicted with murder. And it would be
Hmm.
Lottie that's convicted with murder. She's the one who killed the guy, you know?
Yeah.
But they were also eating Ben when they stumbled upon them. So they don't
Yeah.
want this stuff to come out. And that's why the tape was so important to Shauna in this episode in the current timeline. That's why it was so important to her. But I believe Melissa, why she said she gave it to them. Because she wanted
Oh,
to
me
let
too.
go,
100%. I think she definitely just wanted to live a quiet life after and wanted nothing to do with the girls in the woods. And this was like her final, way to like get it out of her head. Like she said, she was going to therapy, like to get it off of her
Yeah.
chest. I think she's innocent.
So do I. But what happened to the note? You think Callie took the note?
Yeah, Callie, I wrote that down. Callie, that bitch, she had to take the note. I mean, she is Shauna's daughter. We know she has to, like, she had to get something from Shauna, and I think she knows more, like, than she's letting her dad know. Yeah,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Because her and her dad, Jeff, they had a conversation this
Hmm.
episode that they both kind of agree that Shauna's going a little crazier than normal, let's say.
Yes. Hmm.
Because they're like, no one's after her. Why are we in this hotel? Let's just go home. That was the
Right.
way they were talking to each other.
But she
And
didn't bring up a note, so that makes me really curious. Like, I don't know who else would have it. I don't think Jeff has it, so I definitely think she's keeping it as a little like lever, like something she'll have.
yeah,
If maybe
interesting.
the dad doesn't listen to her or something, she's like, "Well, I got this."
Yeah. Crazy. I mean, I'm just so happy we got Hillary Swank.
Me
Finally, it's
too.
episode 8. There's only 2 episodes left. So let's talk
Yeah.
about her a little bit. So it's a little bit of a darker tone. So Shauna and Hillary. Okay, so present day. This is where things get really wild. So Shauna, she went on a road trip after ditching Misty, Ty, and Van at the hospital last week. And this was right after Misty said, your DNA was under Lottie's fingernails you killed her, and she decides to go and find Melissa, who she thought was dead.
I don't know. I guess she found Alex and then from there
Yeah,
connected the two, and then saw like a picture or something. But I find it
yeah,
interesting she didn't tell the girls. Like when they were in the car saying, Jen and Melissa are dead, why didn't she say it? She's so secretive. I don't like that she keeps everything to
yeah.
herself.
But she did actually seem surprised that Melissa was alive. She said,
Sorry, it's Kelly now? Shauna? What are you doing alive?
and we learn that Melissa faked her own death by unaliving herself. So, and she changed her name and everything, and she didn't want to fall in love with Alex, but she wanted to make sure Alex was happy, and then they
Yeah.
happened to fall in love. So,
Hmm.
I 100% believe Melissa. I believe
Yeah,
everything she said in this episode. I do.
me too.
So,
And I feel bad for her. I feel
so do
really,
I.
really bad.
So she was hunting down Alex. I believe what you were saying. That's where
Hmm.
she thinks she was just going to Alex's house, and I think she was surprised that Melissa was there. That's the way I took it.
Oh, okay, maybe, yeah.
But she thinks that Alex is her stalker. She thinks someone cut her brakes, locked her in the freezer, sent the
Yeah.
tape, which Melissa did send the tape. We learned that. But she
Yeah.
thinks someone's intentionally trying to fuck with her or kill her. And that's not the case. Things happen sometimes. The guy at the mechanic shop said, "No, this was just a bad break. Like this
Right. Your car is
happens.
old. Like she
Your
told her,
car's
like,
old."
maybe your
Yeah, yeah,
car is
yeah.
just old.
Yeah. So then we meet Hillary Swank. She goes by Kelly, but it's Melissa. And it's funny, I saw on Discord, Fletch was upset because I watch with subtitles on too, and they
Hmm.
do say it says Melissa talking before you learn it's Melissa. But it's
Yeah.
only like 2 minutes before you learn it's Melissa. Like
Hmm.
maybe even less than that. Maybe like 45 seconds before you learn it's Melissa.
Yeah.
But they say Melissa in the subtitles. So
Ruined
yeah,
it for him.
little bit of a spoiler, but yeah.
We
So she
knew it
faked.
was coming.
We knew it was coming. We knew
We
it
knew
was
it.
her. We knew
Yeah.
it was her. Yeah. So Melissa is living this, you know, perfect suburban life. She said she has a good job, a great life, and a wife and a kid that love her, and that's all she
Hmm.
needs. But she had
Right.
this thing holding on to her. That's why she sent the tape, right? So she says she faked her own death because the group scared her after they returned, and she wanted out, which I totally
I
believe. I
mean,
mean,
yeah.
yeah,
Seeing these girls, I would fake my own death too. I would want nothing to do with Shauna,
yeah.
especially Shauna.
Yeah. And so they have knives the entire episode up until the end. They have knives
I
at each
loved
other
it.
the whole episode. That was yeah, they didn't trust each other and they used to be in a relationship in the past and we see them make up in the
Hmm.
past because she was mad that she left her for dead, but Shauna explains, "No, I knew you'd be okay," type of thing.
Yeah.
So,
Except I
yeah.
felt like Shauna gaslit like the shit out of her in that
Me
scene.
too. She
Like in the
100%.
moment, Melissa was just trying to be like, you didn't even care about me. And she literally was like, I was gonna kill him because he hurt you, even though we all
Yeah.
know that she was gonna kill him to save her own ass. And then
Yes.
on top of that, she's like, stop being a bitch. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my
Right,
gosh,
right,
you let
right.
her say whatever you want to, like whatever she wants to you. It's terrible.
Just know that I'm still not ruling out killing him for shooting you, so stop being a bitch.
But it goes into the thing that I said last week that she tries to control Melissa. That's
And it
what she's
works.
always done. And that's what she does at the end. And we'll talk about it now. So
Ugh.
after all they go through, after all they talk about, it ends in a fight where she slices her, she gets her on the ground, she beats her ass, and then she bites a chunk out of her arm.
The
That is
nastiest thing we've seen, I think, Shauna do yet, right? Besides like
that's
cutting up meat and stuff, like, oh,
that's hardcore. Imagine that. That was like this big of human flesh.
yeah.
And then she says, "Eat it, or I'll tell everyone who you are."
Eat it, or I'll fucking tell your family exactly who you really are.
What?
Psychotic. And you know what? Melissa probably eats it too.
She
That's the
probably
craziest
does.
part. But what does she do first? She grabs her arm at the table and like breaks it. Does she break her arm? Her
That thing.
arm on the floor was like all discombobulated. I'm like, oh my gosh, did she break that woman's arm? And
Yeah,
I mean, I
yeah.
wouldn't even be surprised, to be honest, if she did.
I wouldn't be, but look, Shauna's officially lost it.
Eat it.
What the fuck? You really are insane.
Yeah, she
Officially.
went 0 to 100 so fast. It was
Yeah.
insane. I felt like they were actually getting somewhere. Like maybe Shauna was kind of understanding where Melissa was coming from, but then I was like, wait a minute, it's Shauna here. Like
Yeah.
she doesn't give a shit about anything she's saying.
You know what I've been thinking, Felicia? The more I think about it, the end game of Yellowjackets, I don't
Mhm.
think any Yellowjacket, maybe Misty, I don't think anyone survives. I think they all
Right.
die.
I mean, I didn't they kind of hint at that today? Like, what's the only way to save your own ass?
The only way to truly be safe, that nobody is ever going to spill your darkest secrets, is to be the only one left.
At least maybe one of them will survive, kill the
Maybe.
rest of them, which is
Yeah.
what I was thinking actually is that, evil Ty, or even just Ty in general, she kind of looked very suspicious. I kind of feel like she could be the one behind, Lottie's death and other weird things that have been happening. I don't know. She just gave me a weird vibe this episode.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We're almost getting there. All right. So it's theory time, and then we're gonna say our favorite moments. Theories. Lottie staying behind. Does that give you Antler Queen vibes? Because we've seen the Antler Queen in the past before. Do you think she's the one who dons that?
I mean, I could definitely see them, just 100% taking her on as leader again, especially after this. But I mean, I'm kind of leaning more towards Shauna, but then I don't know if that's too predictable, because we already know Shauna's like fucking awful. So I
Yeah.
feel like Lottie becoming Antler Queen again, like, would make sense.
The only reason I say that is because we had the flashback last season, not the flashback, when she thought she was talking to a therapist, but it turns
Hmm.
out she was just imagining it and she was talking to the Antler Queen. Remember when they flashed the Antler Queen on the screen? That was such a cool moment last season. And then she literally had a cult. It feels like she's setting up a cult now, like she needs everyone to stay.
What home do you have to go back to? I won't be me, the me that was made out here.
And I think she's gonna don that whole Antler Queen getup that we've seen in Flash.
Yes. I can't wait to get to that point. And also, I mean, I guess I do really agree. They do already, even when they said that Nat was like their leader, I still think that they took Lottie's word more serious over
Yeah, me
hers, no
too.
matter
Yeah.
what. So, I mean, I could totally see them just like crowning her again. And I'm actually really excited to see them all dressed in those crazy outfits. I
I
want to know how they
know.
make them. I
Yeah.
can't wait to see the in between. Even like with the trap, they obviously start setting traps in the woods. I'm really interested to see, them freak out and need like food again.
Yeah.
I
And
don't know
Pit
why.
Girl.
Maybe I'm sick. I love seeing them when they're at their craziest.
And Pit Girl. That question we need answered. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. A
Yeah.
lot of cool stuff. So, all right. Let me talk about Shauna for a minute. So, we saw her dig up her baby's corpse. Okay. She's clearly not okay. And we see how bad she is now in current time with what she just did to Melissa, biting her flesh off and force feeding it to her, which
Oof.
we both agree that she probably ate it. And
Yes.
I think this is all leading up to a massacre of Hannah and Cody. We know that Hannah dies. We don't know when, but I
Hmm.
think the girls are going to kill her and
Oh,
Cody.
yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think based off their reaction when they found out she had a daughter, that they do something awful to her.
They've seen too much, right? For them,
Yeah.
the way they need to, and especially in the current timeline, their whole thing in the current timeline is to not let anyone know what they did. That's what happened with the reporter. They didn't want anyone
Hmm.
digging around. As soon as anyone goes sniffing on what did you guys
Cut it.
experience, they cut it out. All right. In the present, the Kelly slash Melissa reveal was awesome since she faked her death. Could someone else be out there? Someone like Akila. We haven't heard
Mm.
about her at all. She's becoming a more prominent character in the past.
The animals, are they moving? Are they okay? Yes. Did you see something?
I would love to see it if she's alive in the current time. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
interested to see because they always just throw a random like curveball and they're like, oh, actually, this person's still
This
alive
person's
too. And
still
you're like,
alive.
oh,
Yeah.
shit.
That's
Insane.
how I felt with Van because remember Van got attacked by what was it, wolves or
The
something like that?
wolves.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why her face is all fucked up. And then all of
Right.
a sudden she's alive, but then she has cancer and she's gonna die. That's why I feel like
Hmm.
everyone's gonna die at the end. I don't know. I just got a weird feeling.
I mean,
Everyone
I could
except
see it.
Misty and Walter get married.
Aw.
That's the
Maybe they'll get there
season.
happily ever after.
That's the series finale. Misty and Walter's wedding, and everybody else is dead.
Even
That's
though
the
Walter
series.
still don't trust him 100%. There's still
Yeah,
something up with him.
there's
And
something up
especially
with
since
him.
we haven't seen him a lot. Like
Yeah,
she's spoken to him through text and call, but I don't know. I'm on
yeah.
to
We
him.
theorized last week could he be Alex? That was wrong, but
Yeah,
it's
that was
still
proven wrong.
there's still something up with him for sure. We don't know what it is yet, but there's something up with him. Okay, so Shauna's violence proves she has what it takes. I mean, she's already proven it. She killed Adam. She has what it takes to be a murderer. Did she kill Lottie? There was the DNA evidence. I still say no. What about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna say no. I think that's too obvious.
Me
Like
too.
I think they
Me
want
too.
us to think it's her right now, but
Yeah.
like I mean, some people in the Discord have mentioned it. Actually, a lot of people in the Discord agree that they're onto Callie. Like, I don't know, a lot of things she does is also a little shady, like keeping the secret with the note. The fact that she even stole the tape in the first place. She knows a lot. And then, she did get kind of close to Lottie. She questioned her. We don't know what else Lottie could have told her that maybe we don't know about yet. No, she could be
Callie,
suspicious.
well, now we know that she had that tape since Natalie's funeral. So she had it for a
Hmm.
while, you know?
She's a good secret keeper. That's what I
She's
mean.
a good
She is
secret
Shauna's
keeper.
daughter, so we can't really trust her. I feel bad for Jeff. He's just stuck in between these two
I
crazies.
know,
Poor
seriously.
guy.
And I like him more and more now. Every time I see him, I'm embracing
Yeah.
the Jeffness of it all. I like him
Yeah.
now.
I
He's
do
cool.
like their relationship too, Jeff and his daughter. Even if she is keeping some secrets, I like that they're a little like duo right now. It's very cute.
Yeah, I agree with that. Very cute.
Yeah.
And then, Missy investigating. She's sure it's Shauna right now. So I agree with you. It's too obvious. It's not going to be her. The other
Mhm.
Ty scene, mind blowing. So it is other Ty. We see the real
Yeah.
Ty asking for permission to go see Van.
I'm the only one that can help her. You won't do what needs to be done. You never did believe.
So there you
Ooh.
go. So it's been other Ty the whole season, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we were guessing that it was her a little bit
Yeah.
more, but maybe it has been just the entire time, and like regular time, like Ty is just kept out. Kind of like
Yeah.
she's just watching it through her eyes and has no control at all.
The scene they had with her talking to herself, it looks
Hmm.
like she's trapped, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
She's
Behind
locked
the door,
out.
the glass door, she's like banging. It
Yeah.
was actually really sad. I
Yeah.
feel bad for her because she has no control over that, and she has no idea what Evil Ty does. She has no memory of it. She doesn't
Yeah.
know.
She's locked out. She's locked out. Yeah,
It
yeah,
makes
yeah.
me feel, do like Evil Ty and Van have a thing? Because why does Evil Ty, like she wants to save Van. So I feel like they have a connection also, not even just normal Ty and Van, but I feel like Evil Ty actually
Yeah.
loves Van too.
They did have a connection in the past as well
Hmm.
because she was, they made out when she was evil Ty back then.
Yeah.
So she definitely cares for Van. I just wonder when it happened. When was the moment that the other Ty took over?
Yeah.
That's a lingering question that I have.
Yeah,
So
me
I'm
too.
curious. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. All right, let's get to our favorite moments part. I'll go first. I just need to say this. The scene revealing Hillary Swank as Melissa wearing a backwards hat.
Hmm.
Perfect. I loved it.
Yes.
I
I
was like,
loved it too.
Melissa, there she is. As soon as I saw the backwards hat, it was so cool to me.
It was. I just want to say, like the casting directors, whatever you call them, they do such a good job at casting, like the older versions, younger versions. I feel like they act so similar down to the mannerisms, everything. I love it. It's okay. My other favorite moment is also with Melissa and Shauna, but it was more like about their conversation. I love how Melissa was kind of more dominant a little bit
Yeah.
in their
Yeah, she
conversation
was.
at the table and sticking up for herself, which I was so happy. Like we said, I love Melanie. Like I love the actress. I hate the character.
Yeah.
Hate fucking Shauna, young, old. I don't care. I hate her. I love that she was kind of making her feel a little stupid, and like the way she was speaking to her. Maybe your brakes were cut. Like your car's probably old. Like
Yeah,
your
shit
car's probably
happens.
old. The
Yeah.
freezer just automatically shuts. Like that was a popular song that played on the ringtone. Like I think you just love chaos and you just look for
Yes.
reasons to be crazy. And oh, I just love that moment for her that she finally
Yeah.
got to stick up for herself after all of those years.
This is what you do, Shauna. You create your own problems. You stir the pot just to feel alive.
Yeah, because in the past you never see her like that, right? She's never
Mm-mm. She's
ever like that.
like a little dog, like you said.
Yeah,
She'll
submissive.
do whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
And this,
yeah,
I
yeah.
felt like she was on top for a second. And I feel like that's why Shauna had to get violent a little bit
Yeah, because like
because
yeah,
she
yeah,
knew
yeah.
you were losing that debate a little
Yeah,
bit. You
it's
look like
like
an idiot.
something's different here. I don't like this. Let me
Hmm.
take over and
Let
bite
me
your
just
arm.
start fucking fighting her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy as
crazy.
shit.
All right, I love the part when Misty says this.
Hi, Shauna. I'm just calling to say fuck you, actually.
Oh, that was just so funny.
Yeah.
It was a small part of the episode. It just made me laugh so much. I love
Hmm.
Misty. Misty's my favorite. I don't know about you. She's my favorite.
Yeah, yeah, she's the most funny. She's the most, I mean, she's not normal, but I feel like out of all
Yeah.
of them, like she is.
Yeah.
And a weird thing that we think that that's normal now. This
I
show
know,
has
right?
made us like
Yeah,
crazy.
seriously.
When she's in the room with Ty and Ty was about to kill the man and Misty's like, no, no, like she's freaking out. But the way she like puts the pillow on the bed before they run out and like pats it and stuff.
Does that count?
We have to get out of here.
I'm not leaving without Van.
Yeah, I know.
I just love that she takes like they're in a rush. Like the alarms are going off and she still like had
Yeah,
to
it
like
still
make sure
has to
that
do
pillow.
that.
She's just so cute. Can't help it.
Yeah.
She always is my favorite parts.
Yeah, she's the best. All right, Jeff and Callie, when they're both talking about Shauna, and it's like they're both on the same level, but they don't want to admit it.
I don't think anyone's after Mom.
Oh, I don't either. Wait, why do you say that?
Why do you?
I love that tension that turned out to be, oh my God. And then you see later when Jeff's standing up for himself about his business, saying he's the right man for the job.
I am the best man for this job.
You saw how Callie was proud of him, right?
Yes,
like-
that's why I said I love their little moments.
Yeah, it was really nice. I loved it. And then they're like, you know what? We're going home. All this is fake. Shauna's just losing it. And he even says it.
Haven't you ever fallen in love with an unhinged woman? Or has every woman you ever been with been fucking boring?
So
Yeah.
I really like that part.
I felt like they respected him a little bit more,
Yeah,
you know,
I think
after too. Like maybe it worked. I also wrote down the moment when Ty was talking to herself through the glass door, and then
That
when
was
she
my
had the
next one.
creepy, when her
Yeah.
and Van had the conversation in the hut, and then you saw
Yeah.
like the evil guy behind her.
Just go get a bag and let's put some shit in it.
So it's time to do a giveaway. We haven't done one of these since we hit 5,000 subscribers. I just looked on my phone. I'm refreshing it right now. We have 8,993 subscribers. That is 1,007 away from 10,000. That's a huge milestone for us, for the channel. It's a huge milestone. I couldn't imagine reaching that when I hit start on our first video. So that's a crazy
Aw.
milestone. So I want to give back. What I'm going to do is when we hit 10,000 subs, I'm going to Venmo one of you $200. That is our biggest giveaway yet. And all you have to do is subscribe. Just subscribe. And if you comment, you have a better shot to win. Comment, just engage, be a part of the community. You know, you don't have to join our Discord to win. Just be engaging. Be a part of the community we're trying to build here, and you could win that $200. And hopefully we hit it. You know, we got this, we got White Lotus, we got Last of Us coming up soon, and we're gonna cover more shows as they come out. So that's it for season 3, episode 8. I loved it. Thought it was great, fantastic,
Loved it. Best episode so far.
so good. Leave your theories below. We will do a theory video midweek so we can get you guys another Yellowjackets video out while you're waiting for the new one to come out. And thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time. Later.
She's the fucking reason most people don't fucking like anything. She's miserable. But I'm not her. I'm not her.